Hey everyone, if you're looking for some inspirations and tips and ideas for books for your urban or regular homestead kitchen, then this video is for you. I'm an absolute book lover, and here are my top 6 recommendations for cookbooks or kitchen books for your homesteading kitchen. This video is also for you if you're looking for Christmas presents, if you're shopping early and you know somebody who loves cooking and who loves being in the kitchen as much as I do, then you have some ideas here of what you could get your family, your friends for Christmas. If you're new on my channel, my name is Anya and I love sharing our urban homesteading journey. I have a lot of healthy, simple recipes, a lot of them German and other DIYs. So if you're new on my channel, please be sure to hit the subscribe button. Also give this video a like if you enjoyed this content, and remember to turn on the bell notification so you never miss another video. You might want to grab yourself a cup of coffee or tea, just like I have, and let's chat about books. I will move these over here to make some room. This first one may or not come as a surprise. It is called Nourishing Traditions, and it is by Sally Fallon. And when it came out in, I think 2001 or 2002, I got it right away. So I've had it for almost 20 years. And it is as much a cookbook as a book that dispels a lot of dietary myths and digs a little bit deeper into what healthy nutrition is. And this book does a really good job. It basically tells you to eat a traditional diet. The author spent some time digging into, and I'm not going to talk about all the details here because if you like the book, then you'll read it yourself. But she basically goes into the research of a dentist from the early 20th century who found that people who have been eating traditional diets with animal fats and raw milk and dairy products and fermented grains and fermented vegetables tend to be healthier and also have healthier teeth. So she talks about that in the first part of the book, but then she has a whole lot of recipes, and I haven't made every recipe. I know there are people out there who have made it a mission to cook and make every recipe from this book. I haven't done that, but the recipes that I have made have been really good. They tend to be somewhat simple, traditional, hearty fare, but everything was just really delicious. You can also use this as a launching pad to create your own recipes once you understand the principles that are behind it. By the way, I'm leaving links for all the books in the description box below this video, so you don't have to take any notes here and you know exactly where to find them. If you don't want to buy this new, which often I don't do, you can probably find this fairly cheap on the used market. This next book is The Nourished Kitchen by Jenny McGruther. I should have done my homework here. And essentially what this author does is she takes her dietary principles and makes this a little bit more interesting, creative cuisine. While this book has no pictures in it and just very basic, simple recipes, this cookbook has a lot of beautiful pictures that are just so appetizing. Just to give you an idea how she organizes it, she has recipes from the garden, she has recipes from the pasture, so that is meat, and then from the range, that would be wild meats and game, and then from water, so it would be fish. From the fields, that would be grains. From the wild, that would be foraging. From the orchard, we're talking about fruits, and from the larder. So this is another book that would basically be an extension of this first book that I mentioned, and you can also tell by the title. This one is Nourishing Traditions, and this one is The Nourished Kitchen. Highly recommended. I love all the recipes that I have made from this. And since we are talking about homesteading, urban homestead is basically you don't have a lot of land, you don't have any farm animals, but you are living by homesteading principles, absolutely I can recommend this book. It is as much a lifestyle book as it is a cookbook by Jill Winger from the Prairie Homestead. She has a beautiful blog and YouTube channel and this cookbook. The pictures are absolutely stunning. She has a whole number of recipes. A lot of them are just hearty. A lot of them are very simple and easy to make. And she is also a really witty, funny writer. So if you're enjoying reading the little introductions for every chapter, sometimes I was just chuckling when I read them. And I have made a number of recipes from her book, and I have to say that I love every single one, so that is why it made this list. It also has in the back, and this is something where I need my glasses again, it talks about stocking your larder, but also if you are interested in homesteading, she gives you recommendations in terms of chickens, how many chickens do you need, and if you are interested in home dairy, cow versus goat. So for anybody aspiring to have a real homestead with farm animals, this would be a nice introductory book. Beautiful pictures again, and really delicious recipes. This one, Einkorn by Carla Bartolucci, is something that I've been wanting to have for a while. This is also something that I picked up used. I love to pick up used books whenever I can, recycle them and reuse them instead of buying everything new. That's how we live. And you can see back there, there is a bag of einkorn that I just recently got. I've been baking with einkorn quite a bit. I have used combinations of einkorn and spelt and rye, and I wanted to dig a little bit deeper into how to successfully bake with einkorn, because einkorn behaves a little bit different than your regular wheat flours or spelt, for example, which I have used a lot in the past. So I wanted to expand my repertoire, and this is another book with beautiful pictures. It makes it really easy, and I haven't made a whole lot of recipes from it, but every recipe I feel like is solid, is spot on, is very easy to follow, and sets you up for success, because she talks about the different behaviors of einkorn versus regular wheat. So I feel like even though I haven't made a whole lot of recipes from this, this is definitely something that I recommend, because there's a lot of problems with modern wheat, which she talks about in this book, and you can see that. So if you have a gluten sensitivity, not a diagnosed celiac disease, then I would absolutely give this book a try. And just because I love seeing what's out in the wild, I am including this in my list. This is the new Wildcrafted Cuisine, Exploring the Exotic Gastronomy of Local Terroir by Pascal Baudard. I found this by coincidence in a gift shop, more or less, when we were on a little road trip. And first of all, yes, the photography is just stunning. And you will be surprised how many plants and fruits and leaves and roots are out there in the wild that you can actually eat and ferment and make delicious recipes with. There's elderberry in it. Obviously, if you are regular on my channel, you know that I love elderberry. So elderberry wine, for example, he makes something with elderberry flowers. He uses a lot of grasses, and this book, let me go into the chapter here, is organized by season. So the first chapter is about the winter forest time, then the springtime is about greens, when everything is just shooting up, and the summer is about berries and fruits, and the fall is about seeds. So if actually you are wondering about this noise here and why our poor dog Tika just dashed out of the kitchen just a moment ago, that is because we have 100, maybe 200-year-old huge oak tree on our property, and right now we have a bumper crop, and it's just dropping acorns on the roof, and I think I'm gonna go back to this book and see what I can do with the acorns that are coming down, but the acorn dropping on the roof is scaring our poor dog. So there we go. And the last one is not purely a cookbook, but I feel like it fits perfectly into this urban homesteading theme and living sustainably, and that is Simply Living Well by Julia Watkins. It's a beautiful book. It is so inspiring, and it does have a whole chapter, I put a little bookmark in here, that has recipes such as how you can make your apple cider vinegar at home, and it has a no-knead artisan bread in there, how you can make your own nut milk and fresh coconut milk, salad dressings. I think it even has a mustard recipe, if I am not quite mistaken, some dressings. And it is not purely a cookbook, because then it goes into cleaning and living sustainably, homekeeping, natural wellness, natural bath and body, kitchen garden, and in the kitchen garden it has some more recipes. I feel like this is a great addition to any urban or otherwise homesteading kitchen, so that is why it made this list. Plus it has so many really good living tips in it that I think that everybody should have it. I hope that you enjoyed this. If you have any other book recommendations that you feel that should have made this list that I'm not aware of, please leave me a comment below this video. Also, if you're looking for more homesteading ideas and kitchen tips, I have an entire playlist here that you can check out. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.